Hey guys, it's Abby from Autumn of Pellinor, and today I am doing the TBR book tag. I found this tag on Books and Lala's channel, so I'll link her video down below, as well as the original creator of the tag and all of the questions. So let's get started. Question 1. How do you keep track of your TBR pile? For me, it's on Goodreads. I have different shelves for different sectors, whether they're ebooks, e-arcs, physical books, and where I am and where the books are. So if I'm at uni and the books aren't, I know. And it just really helps me to know exactly where everything is, how long everything's been there, things like that. So, like most people on BookTube, I use Goodreads. Question 2 is your TBR pile mostly print or ebook? And mine are mostly print. I have around probably more than 120 books physically that I have yet to read. I'll get to them eventually. And I do have ebooks that I've yet to read, e-arcs, and also just ebooks that I've bought, but they don't come anywhere close to that number. Question 3 is how do you determine what book from your TBR to read next? For me, it's pretty much by mood. I don't tend to plan it out too strictly. Sometimes I'll have to make myself read a book if it's a bit more daunting, if it's longer, or it's a difficult topic, or if it's non-fiction, because those books take longer for me to read. But yeah, it just depends on what I feel like picking up at the time. Question 4, a book that's been on my TBR the longest. This used to be The Last 7 Months of Anne Frank by Villy Lindver, which is up here, but I read it for the Booktubeathon this year, so now it is Greyfriars Bobby by Eleanor Atkinson. I got this some time ago when I was up in Edinburgh, and I must have been 15 or under, I'm assuming, and I've been putting it off because it's written in Scottish dialect, like it's written like that, and my mum's Scottish, so I'm half Scottish, but it's a little bit daunting to have that be the whole way, like, so yeah, that's why I've put that off. It's about a dog who constantly waits for his master even when he's dead, so he's waiting by his graveside, and it's like people look after him and stuff. He'll be cute. Question 5 is a book that I recently added to my TBR, and that is Spare and Found Parts by Sarah Maria Griffin. This I found from the book signing that I went to for Christina Henry, so also there were Victoria Schwab, Danielle Clayton and Sarah Maria Griffin. She is an Irish author that I've never heard of before, and this is kind of like steampunk, mechanic, dystopian. It's not dystopian, she describes it as in like, it's after the dystopians happened, and you're just kind of living. It's not a utopia, it's not a dystopia, it's just a topia. And it's about a girl who builds a boy for herself. Sarah was fucking hilarious on the panel, and she was just really, she really sold the book, and I'm excited to start on it sometime soon. Question 6 is a book on my TBR strictly for its beautiful cover, and for me that is The Empathy Problem by Gavin Extance, and I literally only got this because of the cover. I spotted it in a second-hand store up in Alnwick and couldn't put it down because the cover was just so pretty. And there's another one as well. This is the Empathy Problem. There's another one as well. It's The Universe versus Alex Woods, and that's down under stuff, so I'm not going to fetch it out, but they have similar cover designs. It must have been done by the same designer, and I just find it really, really pretty, really clean, and that's literally the only reason I bought it. The blurb sounds really interesting. I'm now really intrigued, and seeing as I loved The Universe versus Alex Woods, I'm looking forward to getting to it, but I only bought it because of the cover. Question 7 is a book on your TBR that you never plan on reading, and for me, it's the Bible. Technically, this is my longest owned book that I haven't read, but I don't feel like it counts because I didn't get it intending to read it. I got this when I left year 4, so when I was 9, you're 8 to 9 in that year, and I went to a C of E, a Church of England primary school. So we were given a Bible as we left, and it's got a little sticker presented to Abby Robbins, and it's the kids' Bible, so it's got different illustrations in. However, about 2 years after I left that school, I personally became an atheist. I personally don't believe in a god. So I have no like push to read it in terms of as a religious script, as something that's part of my daily life. And I keep a hold of it because it has sentimental value. I have lots of good memories from that school. But also because the stories in the Bible, whether they happened or not, whether they are a religious text or not, they are intended to give you morals in life and to teach you what's right and what's wrong, and so I feel that there could still be stuff to learn from this, even if I don't personally believe in the God that it is associated with. So I'm trying not to offend anyone here, like if you're a Christian or if you're any other religion, Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Muslim. I was trying to think of any others. My mind went blank. But yeah, so whatever religion you are, I don't intend to insult you. I got this when I was a Christian. I'm no longer a Christian. I intend to keep it and maybe read it someday. Question 8 is an unpublished book on my TBR that I'm excited for. And if I can find it, I'll pop the cover here, because it's The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. This is a completely new series. It's not at all related to the Bone season, although I do love that, and it's bioluminescent dragons is how she keeps marketing it on Twitter. And I love her writing, I love the prospect of this story, and it just looks so good, and I'm so jealous of the people that got arcs, whether they were at BEA or anything else, because yeah, I don't have one, and I'm really excited to read it. So that is the book that I'm most excited for that isn't published yet on my TBR. Question 9 is a book on my TBR that basically everyone's read except from me, and for me that is ACTA, A Court of Thorn and Roses by Sarah J Maas. I've not actually read anything by her yet, and everyone goes on about this book, everyone has an opinion on this book, so many people have a good opinion of this book, and that's the only reason I picked it up. I found it in a charity shop, and I just thought, you know, everyone goes on about how much they love this, how good it is, let's see if I like it too. So, but I've not got round to reading it yet. I will eventually. Question 10 is a book on my TBR that everyone recommends to me, and that is Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. As I've said, I haven't read anything by her yet. I intend to. This is on my TBR for August. Whether I actually get to it, who knows. Again, this is another case of everyone on the Booktonet going on about it, and I saw it and I felt like I should pick it up. And I've actually had some recommendations in my personal life. Not many of my friends are into the Booktonet side of things, so when I get recommended books by them, it kind of means a bit more to me, because they know my personal taste and they haven't been influenced by the hype. And yeah, one of my friends told me to pick this up and said that I will want to go around her house and steal all the rest of the books as soon as I've read it. So that gives me good signs, and maybe I will, maybe I won't, but I'm excited for it. Question 11 is a book on my TBR that I'm dying to read, and that is The Mime Order by Samantha Shannon, book 2 in the Bone Season series. As I said, I haven't read too much of Samantha Shannon. I've only read the Bone Season and I absolutely loved it. It got me out of a huge slump. That and Red Queen I read back to back and loved them. And I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited for this, but I've been putting it off because, like, I know it's going to be good. And then what if it isn't good? And it's just... you guys know what I mean. You put off a book because you know you're going to love it. And that's what I've done with The Mime Order. I'll get round to it soon, hopefully, but probably not this month. And the last question asks how many books I have on my TBR shelf. Now, Goodreads is slightly inaccurate, I think. I don't think it has all of my books, but according to that, I have 118 books on my TBR shelf, so I'm guessing it's going to be around 125, going for the higher end of things, just because I don't think all of them are on there. Goodreads likes to glitch sometimes, so that's a lot of books, and I need to stop buying books. When I first started watching BookTube around a year ago, I went insane with buying all of the books, and the majority of these books are from charity shops. If they're not, then they're from The Works, which is like a discount kind of outlet store for books here in the UK, and some of them are new, but not a lot of them. And I went a little bit insane, and I've never really been able to catch up since. So I'm still getting around to them, and I'm trying to restrain and restrict what I buy. So this is why you don't tend to see hauls on my channel. There'll be the occasional book, like this month I've obtained 4, and that's quite a lot for me lately. But if I'd been doing BookTube at the time when I started watching BookTube, I would have had hauls that were like 20-30 books each month. So considering that, I've read quite a lot of them. And that's all the questions for the TBR book tag, so if you want to do the tag as well, feel free to do it. Leave a link to your video down below and I'll go watch it, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!